Speed. If you're not first, you're last. Or so the wise men once said. And if you want to go fast, you need, well, a fast car. But you have to be careful. There are a lot of cars out there that look fast because the marketing department and the design department know that fast sells, but you'll be disappointed when you actually get behind the wheel. This is Idealist, and today is all about cars that look like speed demons, but you'll be taken to Applebee's time and time again by really boring crap. Hey, wait, you watch Ideal Cars, you ain't no fool. So let's take a journey through all the ideal cars, and at the end, I'm gonna tell you the idealist of them all, which I don't think is gonna surprise anybody but you. Let's go. Now let's say that you buy an FRS/BRZ, the first gen ones that are a great value. They look hella fast and fun, and anyone that owns one wants to be a road racer on TikTok. So you pick one up. I mean, why not? And as you're having fun peeling out of a mall parking lot after clearing out of Spencer's, a friggin' giant ass Jeep just walks away from you. Just like you there, you put your foot down and this mall crawler Wrangler slowly pulls away because it has a 0 to 60 time that's nearly a half a second faster. Yeah, pretty embarrassing if you ask me. And I hear you. It's a momentum car, right? I mean, to me, that just sounds like you're saying that you know it's slow. And so of course you opt for another tuner icon. And also, if you're curious how much any of these cars cost, we've teamed up with Auto Tempest. You can click on every link down in the description and check them out to your heart's content. And this one, it's got a weird engine, looks exotic, and the salesman said it was fast. After all, the RX-7 is a JDM hero. Surely the newer RX-8 is even faster, right? But then, when you least expect it, this front-wheel drive SUV pulls up. It's the bane of every suburbanite trying to have fun. A mom with mouth-breathing snotty kids in a Ford Exploder. You both leave the stop sign at the same time. You notice she's pulling away from you. So you press the skinny pedal down further, and still that Exploder keeps on exploding. You go to shift and overtake her, and you realize you have run out of gears. Yeah, that Ford Exploder Sport isn't super fast. I mean, it's faster than it has any right to be, but the reality is that an RX-8 is kinda a pig.
Turbo holding on the lead, already flying out of the second turn.
Okay, so you ditch the Mazda and jump into the Scotty Kilmer Special, last generation Toyota Celica. And owie! It's angular, it's angry, and the perfect rival to the legendary Integra. So you pounce those revs around and gun it getting on the 405, only to have a friggin' minivan pass you and cut you off. That's not okay. You, my friend, were just passed by sports dad Daryl on his way to Mickey D's to pick up 10 Happy Meals for the Little League.
Yeah, I'd like 6,000 chicken fajitas, please.
I beg your pardon?
In his Toyota Sienna all-wheel drive minivan. Because this minivan can do a sub-second 0 to 60, and your Celica, it can't. Big mistake, bro. Seriously. Big mistake. I think you probably should have gone for the Honda instead. But a CRX? Those are a little bit old. And the replacement, the sleek, the fast-looking CRZ, is just what the doctor ordered. So you have your sporty coupe. It handles so impressively, and you give it the beans on a windy road in order to take advantage of the platform. And as you're driving around, you're looking in the rearview mirror, and all of a sudden there's a bunch of college kids just they won't go away from that mirror. And they're in a Subaru Outback filled with some kind of smoke. Like you can smell it. And the Birkenstocks. You cannot mistake the smell of Birkenstocks. Hell, poking its head out the rear window is a freaking dog. And no matter how hard you drive, they are just right there on your tailgate. And this is a classic blunder. The CRZ is slow AF, especially eclipsed by a hippie station wagon. You feel like a fool and do what you should have done before. Gone with the original tuner car, like the Mitsubishi Eclipse GS. You've done it now. The car from the Fast and the Furious. It had no problem keeping up with the RX-7s, cop cars, and even speed bikes. You're smiling all around town, wondering where to get a bottle of NOS. The drink, not the go fast thing. And when some old man comes out of the country club in this ugly ass sedan and he just totally cuts you off, you go to catch up and give that Cadillac Ats a piece of your mind. And you can't. The Eclipse might look fast, but that doesn't count for anything. Old Man Magnet ATS is nearly a full second faster to 60 and nearly 2 seconds faster in the quarter mile. You've been bamboozled again. So you ditch that four-banger life because the Caddy has a V6 and you get yourself a V6, the great-looking Hyundai Tiburon. It's swoopy, it's a coupe, and they are incredibly cheap. You're sitting at a stoplight, admiring yourself in the mirror, when some high schooler, a high schooler pulls up next to you. That ain't gonna work. You ain't gonna let anything fly anymore. He's got a car that his parents bought him for his birthday, the Chevy Spark Ev. You figure that his parents are probably the type to burn down Hummers in the 2000s, and he's looking at your manual coupe and just dripping with jealousy. He wishes that he had a real tuner car instead of some electric box with wheels. But then the light turns green. That stupid Spark, it pulls away from you. Even though you were trying to show off. The high schooler, he's delusional. His face falls in despair. That's the damn electricity, you think. I'll show them. I've got a real supercar, one of those fancy hybrid ones. And that's how you find yourself in a Karma Fisker. So you park at a Cars and Coffee, and for once, you're finally thinking about speed. You're enjoying the fact that you have a really cool looking car. You know, that people think that you paid way more money than you really did for. Yeah, I like those cars. Those are ideal cars. And on your way out, you notice that some guy from the meet, you think he said he worked in a software company or something nerdy, and he pulls up giving you a thumbs up with his Volvo S80. Then he revs the engine and you think, oh, no way. This guy in a stinking Volvo wants to go? You floor it, knowing that you have it in the bag, only to be staring at those ugly Volvo taillights moments later. An S80 is a tank with headlights, and you have a supercar. How is that possible? Well, the S80, it does have a giant engine. In the Fisker Karma, it has this itty bitty piece of garbage under the hood. So you give up. You finally realize that speed isn't everything, and buy your dream car, a BMW M1. But there's just one small problem.
I said, do we have a problem? Huh?
You go to pick it up in LA and you noticed that everyone on the road is passing you and cutting you off, and you can't believe it because you're a freaking BMW driver. It feels like every goddamn person in California is pulling you on ramps. You know that the M1 isn't the fastest car in the world. It was just your dream car to own it. But surely a bunch of stupid little crossovers aren't fast. Well, the problem is that in California, the most popular vehicle on the road is the Toyota RAV4, which, side note, is also my dad's. Well, the hybrid model. Anyway, the RAV4 primes and are stinking fast. 0 to 60 in less than 6 seconds flat. That's faster than like this thing. And maybe there's a lesson here. Maybe the march of time waits for no one. And since we live in a society that values innovation, yesterday's fast cars will always end up slow. Just look at this thing. It looks fast, but it ain't. Or maybe you just got suckered by the marketing and design teams that sold you on speed, but failed to deliver. So, the million-dollar question, which one is the most ideal on this idealist video? Which is the one that I would put my hard-earned cash into using the ideal car strategies? Well, it's gotta be the FRS. Yes, the power is nearly as bad as you'd think, but that's what big mods and little savings accounts are for, right? The driving experience is ideal. It's sharp, direct, and the handling begs you to toss it around. Plus, the little Boxer sounds so good playing high in the revs. Heck, it could put me to sleep at night. It sounds that good. And plus, it's a Scion, so it has that Toyota reliability built into it, while still looking like a bona fide sports car. So that's the one that I would use the strategies on, which you can too, to learn how to drive your dream car in less than 30 days and make money enjoying it. And if that's something you're interested in, click down here and check it out. And if you enjoyed this video, check out the video I did on cars that we can't have in the USA, like the R34, but not for long. And also, please subscribe, turn on that notification bell. I'm Brad Anger, this is Ideal, and promise me one thing, keep living the ideal lifestyle.